All right. Well, we purposely skipped the promo because we needed you to hear this next few minutes
Jesus
of
Christ.
bullshit from your
I hope you
buddy.
took your heart pills before you listened to this, Harp.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm afraid you're going to get triggered. Jim Ross is going to throw to a couple of announcements from Bill Watts. And just listen. Here it is.
Back everyone to WCW Saturday Night. Jim Ross and Bruno Sammartino back with you. Bruno, what's your comments on what we're about to hear? But first, let's go to this pre-recorded announcement. Cowboy Bill Watts made a statement earlier this week regarding the light heavyweight tournament and also the off-the-top rope rule. Let's go to Bill Watts.
We have two very important announcements tonight. Last week we had talked about the world's light heavyweight title because we had to strip Brad Armstrong since he was injured and unable to defend it for over 30 days. We talked about a tournament. Because of the contractual commitments, the logistics of contacting the top light heavyweight athletes all over the world, we're going to have that sometime after the first of the year. However, the fans made such a strong statement about my top rope rule that we're still going to address that because I believe that when the fans make a statement, we got to look at it seriously. The top rope rule, as of today, is rescinded completely in World Championship Wrestling. There is one situation where you can have a flagrant violation which will call for an automatic disqualification. And that's when, if you come off the top rope and your man is laying prone on the mat and you drive your knee into his head or his throat, it's a flagrant violation. We got 6 or 8 examples that will show you, so you'll see what we mean right now. In this first example, there you see Rick Steiner climbing to the top, bulldogging Dallas Page off the top rope. That is now legal. In this example, in just a moment, you're going to see Ricky Steamboat, the Dragon, fly off the top rope in one of his high-risk, spectacular moves with a cross-body block on the mask man. That is legal from now on. This is a more controversial example. Jushin Liger, one of the most exciting light heavyweights in the world. He comes off the top onto a man outside the ring. Again, that's legal, as long as he beats the count back into the ring. Another very controversial situation with Ricky Morton, because it involves the knee and the man ends up prone on the mat. However, since Ricky Morton starts the maneuver here on the top, even though it's with the knee, the man wasn't lying prone on the mat when he came off on him. That is legal. In this example, Bobby Eaton, this will be a flagrant violation because he drives the knee into the throat and head area of Rick Steiner. That's a flagrant violation and he would be disqualified. In this example with the U.S. champion Rick Rude against the dynamite young Japanese superstar Sasaki, this would be illegal. This will be a flagrant violation under WCW rules because Rick comes off the top rope and drives the knee into the head and throat area. In this example again, Jushin Liger, his exciting high-risk maneuver. This is legal because even though the man's laying prone, he doesn't drive the knee into him. It's a crossbody block for the pin. Here's an example that the intent of the rule is designed for, to stop potential injury. Because when you got a guy the size of Big Van Vader, over 428 pounds coming off the top rope on people, somebody could actually be fatally injured. This was no longer illegal. This is a splash. He doesn't hit them with a knee. He drops that massive weight on their heads, but it's a splash. That's not a flagrant violation. It's not illegal from this point on.
All right, Bruno, so the light heavyweight tournament will be taking place in 93, but the off-the-top rope rule, the intent of the rule to not allow an athlete to come off the top rope and drive his head into a helpless opponent. What do you think of that rule?
I really think it's a great rule, Jim, because when a guy is hurt and he's out of it, and somebody coming off the top rope could do could be an ending, career ending. On the other hand, now, as it is with the new rule, I think that the guy on the mat, sometimes he can have an advantage because if he's quick, if he's clever, this guy coming off the rope, he could be at a disadvantage. So I think it's a very good rule.
That's why we call them high-risk maneuvers, ladies and gentlemen. We'll talk more about the off-the-top rope rule, but right now let's go back up.
Doc, did you get all that?
I have so many thoughts, but I think we should forget those and see what Harper thinks.
That felt like school. God damn, bruh. The fuck was he talking about?
That's a stubborn old man that can't give up the fact that he was shouted down by his fans And
So
it's still
why
going
would
to
he
keep fighting.
just say you can't jump off the top rope on somebody's fucking head or their neck?
Well, I started to wonder, and I'm not even joking here, is he slightly autistic?
Come on.
Well, they didn't. No, I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying they didn't diagnose shit like that back then.
Yeah. I mean, you were just like, whatever, you know.
He
Just
can't
like
let
Rain
it go.
Man. Yeah. Bro, that was the most horrible shit I've seen, dude.
And let's not forget this. He just so subtly took a complete like peanut filled and corn filled meaty shit on the light heavyweight division by saying we can't get a hold of these little twerps, and so we're going to do this next year sometime. It's still September.
Oh my God.
He said after the first was his exact words. After the first of the year, we'll get the tournament together.
Hopefully you dumb shits will forget about this, so I don't have to do it. That's what he said.
That's exactly what he said. Keep going, Doc, because this. Go ahead, Harper.
And then it's like you don't need this. If your rule requires this many examples, then you need to simplify your rule. You know, if you can't tell me walking down the hall what problem you're trying to solve, you need to redefine your problem. Let's be real. You are stubborn.
What we trying to solve here?
He's stubborn. He's dug in, and he's not. I mean, don't take the vote if you're not going to listen to the fans. He told them, "Yeah, we're going to listen to you, but I'm still not going to give you everything you want."
Man.
Get the fuck out of here.
And
then they come back to Bruno's like, do.
Yeah, Bruno can't do this, bro.
Well, we're talking about Bruno, but it's not positive, D-Man.
Yeah, because I remember when he was in the WWF doing this, and
all I hear is I think of Herb Abrams in the UWF when I hear him, and he was saying the same dumb shit about that product. So I don't believe you. I didn't believe you then, and I don't believe you here.
So Harper, I know you made a couple of comments, but what do you think about Bill Watts' comments right there?
Dude, how why? It was so confusing. If you're gonna ban it completely. If you're gonna keep it all, bruh.
I don't know what he's saying, but he seems like he's in for a law and order, and I like it.
Jesus Christ.
I can't keep up with half of what he's saying, but fuck it.
Look,
that was horrible. I wasn't expecting that.
I've heard Bobby Blaze say what I'm about to say. I've heard Arn Anderson say what I'm about to say. I've heard Jim Ross kind of, also say something in what I'm about to say. The more complicated you make it for wrestling fans, not that wrestling fans are dumb, but the more complicated you make things, they got to think too much about what's happening in front of them. It's best to keep it elementary. It's two guys that are fighting. They're wrestling. You don't want to make it overly complicated. For no reason other than you are old, out of touch, and you are a tyrant. That's the only reason that we had to listen to literally 4 minutes of this man vomit all over the screen explaining what is legal off the top rope versus what is illegal. All because he's just he can't let go of his rule. Like, I feel like somebody in that room was like, Bill, the top rope rule's dumb. And whether it was JR, Dusty, somebody. And Bill's like, nope, I'm sticking by my guns. And they're like, Bill, come on, sign of the times. We got these great athletes. We can't just do this top rope rule ban. And what happened was he kind of gave up a little ground, but he couldn't give up all the ground.
That's right.
When he went this way with the rule. I don't know if that's exactly what happened.
He ain't happy about it, and he ain't happy about any of it.
I'm purely speculating but I've been in enough business meetings to know that's how it goes. There are no solutions. There are only compromises. And all Bill Watts did was compromise with the people were telling him, Bill, this ain't a good idea. I feel like that's what we witnessed, but it's stupid and it makes absolutely no sense. Because again, like, it's like, okay, so you can come off the top, but Mike, you got to make sure you don't hit the head, you don't get the knee. And Harper summarized it right. You can go off the top, just don't drop your knee on somebody's head or throat.
Right. Just say that.
But Mike, you know this. That is, everybody else, once he did that, goes, man, what's he doing? Come on. Why can't he just, and somebody else looked at that guy and goes, do you want to be the one to go tell him that? No, I'm good.
Yeah, because there's only a couple of people
that
there.
That happens in business each and every day around the globe. We're all like smiling into the Zoom screen at some stupid idea that nobody wants to do, but nobody wants to jeopardize or catch hell for it. So we all
basically,
yeah, that's what this is.
Yeah, just I had to play it. I had to go back to it and play it for Harper because I sat there watching this in my. If y'all can see my note right now, it literally says he's got to allow the top stuff, but then he's got to give a lengthy explanation of what is not allowed off the top rope. Get the F out of here. This dude is a joke. Was my exact notes as I was writing this.
Mine was, he can't let this go.
He can't. He can't let it go. He cannot let it go. And it's just bad. No other way to put it.
Some kind of control. Something.
Yep. He's got to shit on somebody's head.
Right.
That's it.
Come on.
God, come on. Jesus, Lord.
I'm speaking metaphorically, not literally.
Well, Bill Watts does take a shit on a lot of people.
Metaphorically.
I love hearing the story about how Pillman eventually is like, oh, you just want to make me the highest paid jobber in the company? Sure, I'll do it. Like Pillman called his bluff. Oh, you want me to take pinfalls and still pay me because you don't like me? Sure. I bet you Pillman could have whooped him too. I really think. I don't care how they talk about how tough Bill Watts was. He was just a big old dude. I bet you he wasn't as tough as they like to make it sound. He just was the head man in charge, so nobody wanted to push the envelope with him.
Okay, so this year at X-Rated, you're going to wrestle the franchise. You're going to wrestle Shane, Tommy Rich, and then we'll get you a special match against Bill Watts. Bull rope match.
I'll pass. Dude, Bill Watts, how old is Watts now?
80-something.
Yeah, exactly. He's an old man.
Yeah,
Whoop his ass.
Okay.
Nobody's above an ass whipping, Mike.
Any other thoughts, Harper, on Bill Watts?
That was the most horrible thing I've seen so far.
Oh my God! He
gets the reverse. He gets the reverse everything award.
Yeah, that shit
4
was
minutes.
horrible. Make no goddamn sense, bro.
It really didn't. None.
That shit was as bad if you read the transcript as if you sent out Tim Horner to explain some rules on live television.
If the man is laying prone on the mat, you can't drive, you can't jump on. What? Stop. All right, we'll continue now. Let us go to the next match. It is Shane Douglas versus John Peterson. Shane is a 100% white meat babyface here who's going to dominate Peterson in about 2 minutes. Doc, did you have anything from Douglas here?